Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, and we're going to be talking about my strategy for how I've been making currency so far in League 3.22, Trials of the Ancestors. And basically it's kind of a newish strategy for me, taking a lot of pieces of strategies I've liked, putting them all together, see what happens. We've transitioned slightly past Alk and Go, so I thought I'd give a little update of where we're at with our mapping and how we're making currency. You see currently we're sitting at 18 divines, basically stuff I've been selling. Currency tabs are looking pretty strong. Bunch of other tabs I actually still need to sell. I haven't sold any essences. I haven't sold almost any oils. The only oils I've been selling are like golden oils. I have div cards, fragments. So we got a bunch of stuff to sell. I'm estimating we have probably close to 25 to 30 divine somewhere in there. Depends if I sell in bulk or what we're doing. But basically I've been playing only in the night now, so I'm not like grinding 14 hours a day. Just kind of casually doing this kind of setup. And I want to talk about how it's been going because I've actually been having a lot of fun. Probably the most fun I've had for a league start currency making strategy I've had in a long time. We're not, obviously we're playing our skeleton mages builds. We're not doing like magic fine. We're not doing heavy juiced maps. But I consider the map actually like pretty strong. We're doing mechanics that our build's good at, and I want to go over that. So if you want to check out the strategy live, we'll do a little demo at the end. I'll just run through a map quick of what we're doing. Other than that, check out my Twitch stream, link will be down below, twitch.tv/Ferks, and remember to hit the subscribe button while you're down there. It means a lot to me, and it helps out the channel immensely, so do that, I super appreciate it. First thing to talk about is what maps am I running. So I'll pull up my atlas here, hopefully. We have Strand and Beach. I have them split 50-50. I actually treat these maps as like both really, really good maps for what I want to do in the game. See that they are connected. Strand is super linear. I'm able to just go through it. I hit all the essences, I hit all my things pretty easily, it just runs straight through it. It's pretty great. Beach, pretty much the same thing. Beach and Strand are extremely similar maps actually. You just kind of run along a coastline and you're pretty much good to go. Beach, I have actually found a beach just slightly better than Strand. Layout's not quite as good, but you can drop the Fortunate div card, which is, you turn in 12 of them I believe for 2 divine orbs. So they're around, what does that make them, 1/6 of a divine orb a piece, which right now it would put you about 33 chaos a piece. So it's really nice that you have like kind of a div card to chase on a map, and it's not super uncommon because it's not crazy expensive, but it's still pretty fun when it drops. So that's why I've been running Beach, and then Strand is just, I just always love running Strand. I think essence farming on Strand is probably one of my oldest strategies that I'm still just running to this day. So those are my maps. Let's talk about the Atlas setup next. Or my Atlas passive tree setup. It's got some funky stuff going on. I'm using like gateways to get across the maps. I'm doing like half of league mechanics, and I'm going to talk about a little bit why. The big overarching thing for this map is that we're going into like full Eater of the Syrian Exarch points. So we got the full thing, Wrath of the Cosmos. My build can handle Wrath of the Cosmos, so I'm doing it. If your build can handle this, do it. If you turn it on, you're dying a lot and struggling, turn it off. Other than that, we're doing the extra chance to farm altars. We want altars. We want all the altars we can get. And then we're also doing the chance to award double progress on maps. This just gets us to the invitation faster. My build is horrible at doing this invitation. The minions have absolutely no idea what to do when the fiery balls are coming at them, so I just sell them. I've actually been holding on to them. The price of them has gone up every single day. So I'm just holding on to them, waiting until they get to around 100 chaos or so, and sell them in bulk, hopefully. Other than that, Syrian Exarch altars, we're taking the ones that affect Exarch minions and bosses. We want to avoid the ones that are affecting players. Basically, I don't even want to read them. So when I see one that says player, I ignore it. But the player ones have a problem because Meteor basically one-shots us, and the chaos damage when using a flask over time basically kills us. So just want to try to avoid those. They're not fun to play with. And they usually are not the ones that drop rewards. Usually just like increased quant rarity. Those are the ones I'm trying to avoid. Next thing I am going to be fully spec'd into is the essence nodes. So I have all the essence nodes checked. Essence farming is just good. It's 2C on the map. I run it on every map. I walk away with a bunch of essences. I use remnants of corruptions. I corrupt them. Try to get the good juicy maps. Walk away with tons of shrieking, deafening, and the corrupted rare essences. Next up, probably the most fun mechanic I have on this build, and the one I would never get rid of, is Blight. Actually, you'll see that I don't even have a lot of the Blight stuff checked. It's just because we have the good stuff checked. We have the stuff that makes Blight really rewarding check. So spawning more monsters, always good. Lucky Blight chance, like this is like probably the best node. That's even the reason I take these 2 little small ones. They give you 1 more lucky chest from Blight. Oil extractors have been huge actually for me. I like probably wouldn't run Blight without this anymore. Oil extractors are like a super good chance of extracting golden oil. I'm probably gonna do like a whole video on Blight because it's been one of my like really good money makers this league so far. And price of golden oils and all oils in general actually have just been going up since the start of the league. So check out Blight if you are at all into Blight and all. And oddly enough, I think Blight has been my #1 source of raw divine drops too. Cassius dropped them. The Blight chests have dropped them. It's odd, but that's just what's been happening to me. Next up we have like I'll call it casual delirium. We have the delirium nodes that are good, and then I'm basically just not using anything to guarantee delirium here, but we get it quite a bit. We're blocking stuff. We have the extra delirium mirror chance here, so we get delirium quite a bit. Next up we jump to the other side of the map. This is just to get the good expedition nodes. You'll see in the middle here. We got some of the good expedition nodes. I'm only trying to get logbooks out here. Only goal to get logbooks, so if anything doesn't give me a better chance at logbooks, I didn't take it. And then I had a few extra points and I decided, what am I close to? What can I do? I was doing Metamorph for a while. Metamorph wasn't that fun. Then I was doing Ambush for a while. Ambush Scarabs are pretty expensive, not that rewarding if you're not doing like Enraged Strongboxes, so stopped doing that. Ended up on Harbinger, which is actually pretty fun. It's easy to add. The Scarabs are cheap. Has a chase item and fracturing shards. So, and my build's super good at it. I set up the minions and they just take care of, I can walk away and they just take care of the entire Harbinger encounter. The only other thing I want to talk about in this build is I'm using 2 of the new notable passives, which both have been like incredible to me. Extreme Archaeology is the one that gives you 1 single explosive for your expeditions. This is not like an expedition farmer. I'm not going for reroll currency. I'm not going for artifacts. I just want to get logbooks. I put down 1 thing. I check the mods, make sure that it's not going to brick my build entirely, and I click it, and I kill everything. Hopefully drop a logbook. And then I've also been using the Delirium Fog Never Dissipates. This is actually really good for me. I'm doing a lot of things that cause me to stop moving. I'm not doing like a map blaster. The Blight stops me from moving. Expedition stops me from moving a little bit. Acid stops me from moving a little bit. Harbinger stops me from moving forward a little bit. So having it never dissipates really nice. This doesn't work the way I expected it to. This actually turns your Delirium Mirror more into like a Delirious map. So you get the rewards as you go along, not all at the end. Which is super nice. I think it's pretty good. We don't drop splinters, so I don't have to pick up any splinters, so I'm not just losing currency there. It is sad that I don't get Delirium Orbs anymore. But it means I don't have to take these notes from Delirium. I can basically choose the Delirium parts that I think are really good. And this note up here. I always get the +1 at end of map completion because I'm always killing the boss. I don't have to worry about like blasting the map. The fog's always up. I'm always killing the boss while we're delirious. That's super good. Last thing to go over is our Scarab setup. So I am running Gilded Blight. Gilded Blight is absolutely mandatory for this. Gilded Blight is by far better than Polished or Rusted Blight, so I wouldn't do the strategy without Gilded Blight. Other than that, I'm also running Polished Expedition and Polished Harbinger for now. Basically, I'm just pulling whatever I have available. I've been going through my Scarabs and just kind of keeping going. If you're absolutely trying to min-max, you would use Gilded Expedition and Gilded Harbinger. Gives you 1 more Harbinger, gives you more Brute Monsters for Expedition. This gives you more chance of logbooks, more chance of fracturing shards. But these are pretty cheap, and I had them available, so that's what I will be using for this run. Other than that, I'm going to jump into a live demo. Unfortunately, that means I need to rebuild my Animate Guardian first. Did some Toda yesterday. Animate Guardian literally gets 1 shot every like 5 runs of Toda, so probably not doing that anymore on this build. But I'm going to rebuild my Animate Guardian, and then we'll jump into a live run real quick, and I'll catch you guys on. Alright, Animate Guardian is rebuilt. As we're down to 13C, 18 vines, so we've spent a little bit getting this Animate Guardian up and going. It's not perfect, but it will do for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my map. I have a T16 beach map. I scoured it down already. All we're going to do is chisel it and alk it, make sure it doesn't bricks our build. That's perfectly fine. Pop it in and run. The other thing I mentioned, I do put sextants on my void stones, just kind of random ones. And then if I get a good one, I actually just capture it and sell it. We hit, when I was rolling the ones for this demonstration, I actually hit Contract Beyond Monsters in this realm, 3 uses. This is 33C, so that is just kind of another way to make currency. But we'll throw in Beach, we'll throw in our Scarabs. We have Gilded Blight, Harbinger, and Expedition as mentioned. We'll throw on Essence. Series next arc is checked. Maybe we'll hit 2 and finish it here. We could drop screen invitation. That'd be cool. We'll list it, activate. We'll run through this map. Go through kind of what I'm looking for, exactly what we're going to be expecting from this map. So I'm going to turn game audio on, and let's jump into the beach. Maybe we'll drop some Fortunates. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully we get Mirror of Delirium. Oh, we do. Right away. Perfect. So you'll see the new keystone from the Atlas kicking in here. You'll see the items start dropping like right away as soon as we hit. Didn't get super good rolls. Alright, there you go. This one, I avoid the player. I just click on the boss. Don't particularly care what it is. Player ones are usually just, I think, quant rarity, so kind of avoid those for this particular build. Other than that, we're just going through. My loot filter is a little loose right now, so we're just kind of picking up everything. Alright, we're at our first event of the map, we'll call it, is Expedition. Only thing I do on Expedition, I look around for in case there's an increased logbook one. Don't see it, don't see it, don't see it. We actually have a Harbinger here as well. We'll finish that out. As you can see, I basically can just ignore the Harbinger. Alright, we're actually going to put down our Expedition while this is going. We'll hover over quickly. Immune to fire. That does like a third of our damage. That's perfectly fine. We're still good with just 2/3. Put everything down, and we start up. As you can see, there's just a ton of stuff to pick up on the ground here. All we care about here, maybe getting a logbook. Burial medallions are nice though, 5 of them right off the bat. Chaos shards, div. We'll open the chests. See what we get. Looks like we got something that's regenning. We'll open all the chests. We're not going to take too much time here. I'll actually probably come back and loot most of this later. I don't want to waste too much time, but we got a ton of burial medallions to see. I'm going to leave these guys for now, just so this demonstration doesn't get too long. Essences, if it's corrupted, we obviously just go for it. Basically, if it's 3 or more essences, or it has one of the purple essences that can upgrade, I go ahead and do that. This has turned into a pretty good delirium as well, actually. We got scarabs and div on. Alright, and now we're at our second event of the map. I call them events. Basically everything we have is something that turns into an encounter. Blight's extremely easy for us to build. I don't think we even actually need to mess with the Blight towers. I'll turn on a freeze one just in case, because I don't want to mess up the live. Freeze and meteor. I have the Blight rings enabled, but this has been one of my favorite mechanics for this build. I just basically have to sit here and hang out. I keep bashing and hope up. I'm moving around, and then we're just kind of good to go. This free delirium mirror is popping off, and it'll just keep going for the entire map. This Blight's looking good. Only thing I really need to be aware of while we're doing this Blight is make sure that I don't get hit by like the chaos balls or fireballs that would come from a rare monster. Those are the only things I really need to worry about, as long as they don't get too close to the enemies. We're here in Gilded Blight, so we're going to get some Blight bosses as well. And what we're looking for from these Blight chests is actually going to be the oils, particularly golden oil. Golden oil just keeps going up in price, which has been fantastic for me. And then we're also looking for blighted maps, actually. I've been running blighted maps, it's been extremely profitable. This build can basically do them without towers. We just sit under the tower, sit under the Blight Spore and just kind of let the game do the work. As you can see, my build basically does screen clearing damage, so we don't for everything. And we are successful. So we're going to open up these quick Blight chests, are actually the ones we're looking for. So pick up all the oils so we can upgrade them. Currency, this has been my biggest source of raw divines this league so far. Nothing crazy yet. That's not bad though. It's been my biggest source of fossils this league. It's been my biggest source of like everything, every mechanic. So we'll come back and pick up a lot of stuff. Nothing crazy, didn't drop a golden or anything, so. But everything counts. So we're going to keep moving forward. So we've done our expedition, we've done our Blight. Basically now we're just looking for the rest of our essences, as well as the boss and our harbingers. Alright, so we have the boss room up here. We're just gonna do that right away while we have not a lot of juice in our Blight. We do have the passive on that lets us do a full level of completion for our delirium. So we got some more loot there. Make sure to come back and get that later. Alright, we hit our second altar. It's been a pretty low altar. We're guaranteed... Now the boss is dead, we're guaranteed just a minion and player one, so we just click on the minion one and move forward. Got another Harbinger here. Harbinger is like a good source of ancient orbs, exalted shards. This one I'll actually corrupt. If you don't have remnants of corruptions, I definitely recommend there's a couple passives on the tree that gives you more remnant of corruptions. Do that until you have like a good amount. Like I have like 50, and now I've turned that off. So grab my essences quick, move forward. We have more essences. Turn this on quick. We actually got Metamorph on this map. I'm not going to pop it. It just takes too long. It's super easy. And that is the map. We'll go back and pick up all our loot. I don't do a count, but you can see we hit like 8 levels of delirium for free. Dropped a ton of loot. I'm going to go back and grab that. This has been what I've been doing this, and then I had to get a bunch of blighted maps, and I'm actually running my blighted maps. The only blight thing I'm not doing is Blight Ravage. I've been selling them. Blight Ravage T16s go for like 30 to 35C right now. You get them quite a bit from my blighted maps. Other than that, this is the strategy that I'll be running probably for like at least a day or two while we farm up a bunch of currency for another build. But that's what I got for you today. If you like this kind of content, make sure to click like, subscribe down below, leave a comment with any questions you may have about what we're doing, or any other questions you have about currency strategies. I've been trying a bunch of them, but this is what I've been like doing so far. So thanks for watching. Bye.